2 of the mothers died with all of their children, and 1 died with some of her children, and her kids are still up in the mountains. Some of them have made it home.
A family is mourning the loss of loved ones killed by Mexican drug cartels. 9 American citizens were ambushed along a highway. Among the victims were a North Dakota woman and her 4 kids.
Valley News Team's Joshua Pagaro has an exclusive interview with a family member. He also has reaction from lawmakers who say Mexico's problem is now reaching our doorsteps. And we warn you that some of the video and text in this story could be disturbing to some.
Disturbing video circulating on social media shows a burned SUV riddled with bullet holes.
We don't know why they were attacked and why the mothers were killed. This is an attack against innocents, against families, wives and children.
This is for the record. Nita and 4 of my grandchildren are burnt and shot up.
That vehicle, according to family members, was carrying 30-year-old Juanita Miller and her 4 children, all from Williston, North Dakota. 2 other vehicles that were driving were also shot up in an ambush along that same Mexican highway. A total of 9 Americans were killed by what's being described as cartel violence.
We feel very safe, or else we wouldn't let our mothers and their children drive these roads without, unsupervised.
Family members say they knew the area was dangerous, but developed an understanding with the cartels that as long as they don't cause any trouble, they should be fine. One boy who survived unscathed was the first to alert family members back home of the attack.
Pointed up into the mountains and said 4 of his siblings that he got out of the car are full of bullet holes, or they're wounded and they're bleeding, and he had to leave them up there under a tree.
The families have a vacation home in a Mormon community in northern Mexico and are dual citizens, according to Senator Kevin Cramer.
There's a righteous indignation, a righteous anger that wells up. But at the end of it, in the long run, the only thing that's going to heal it is love. And we have to, as people of faith, remember that.
Cramer tells us there isn't a clear answer to solving this.
We have to have a strategy that goes after the root of the problem, and that is the cartel itself. The cartels are so powerful, they're so violent, as we witnessed in this situation, that it's understandably, it's difficult for the government to deal with it.
Family members say at least 7 kids survived, but some suffered serious injuries. Reporting, Joshua Pagaro, Valley News Live.
No one has been arrested for this crime. Mexico's president did say that the area where the murders occurred was run by a drug cartel formerly operated by drug lord El Chapo Guzman. U.S. prosecutors sentenced him to life in prison this summer.
Amaretto police and an accident victim had a close call Monday morning after another driver got too close. You can see it in this dash cam video. Officers have stopped to help a driver who was recovering from a crash. Even with their emergency lights on, another vehicle got within 3 feet of the accident scene, nearly hitting them. Officers believe the icy conditions contributed to the incidents, and they're asking drivers to slow down.
Our stretch of at or below 0 temps continues as we make the transition into a colder way of life, unfortunately. Let's find out from Nathan what to expect tonight. He's here with your No Wait weather planner. Nathan?
Yeah, Mike and Andrea, we did have some more winter-like temperatures, but luckily we didn't see any of that slippery roads like what we saw yesterday by any means. Things, in fact, have stayed dry for us today. Our look at our Luther Family Ford Skycam shows traffic moving along nicely there along I-29, and some clouds have built in there, but we do expect just a mix of sun and clouds as we head through, or of clear sky and clouds as we head through the rest of the night tonight. But check out these temperatures, talking about winter-like. 12 right now in Baudette, 15 right now, Thief River Falls, 18 in Bemidji and Grand Forks. So definitely on the cold side, and we are watching some moisture moving into our southwestern neighborhoods, and it is cold enough that if any precipitation were to fall from those clouds, it would fall as the frozen type, but I'm not expecting any impact from any snow showers we may pick up in those southwestern neighborhoods. But I will talk about a brief warm-up in the forecast, but even colder weather on the way after that, Mike and Andrew. So sorry about it, but we'll have more of that coming up in a couple minutes.
A little good and a little bad.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
A $5,000 reward is being offered for information leading to the arrest of the person or persons responsible for the disappearance and or death of Joseph James Bruce Sr. Bruce was reported missing in Grand Forks on July 3rd, 2018. He was last seen and heard from in the areas of Devil's Lake and Fort Totten. The van belonging to Bruce Sr. was later found on the Spirit Lake Reservation. You can contact authorities if you have any information.
A Fargo man faces several charges after police say he pointed a gun at a woman and then fired several rounds into an apartment building. Court documents say on October 13th, 27-year-old Lionel Fraction Jr. was fighting with another man outside an apartment building on 10th Street North. Officers go on to say that when the woman went outside to break up the argument, Fraction pointed a gun at her. He's currently being held at the Cass County Jail.
The peril is present, and it's real, and in the Diocese of Crookston.
The Diocese of Crookston, Michael Heppner, is now under investigation by the Vatican, according to the lawyers for 15 victims from the Crookston area. They say the investigation is based on the allegation that Heppner chose to leave sexual offenders in ministry. As part of the settlement with the victims, the diocese released documents and depositions as evidence of Heppner's actions. Now they're demanding Heppner's immediate removal.
A Midwest propane shortage may drive prices up. Farmers use propane to dry corn and keeping it from spoiling in the wet and cold conditions. The unusually cold temps are also causing more people to lean on liquid propane to heat their homes. Now experts say both of those things are having a major impact on the liquid propane supply.
Sanborn, Rock Rapids, Iowa, they're out of gas. Jackson, Minnesota, they were really low on gas the other day. It was a 5-hour wait there to load. So, I mean, it's all over up here.
Because the shortage and the time drivers must wait for shipments, propane prices are expected to go up for the average consumer.
Several local school districts in our area are hoping voters will push through referendums today. In Moorhead, voters are deciding a $110 million bond that would rebuild Moorhead High School and update the former Sam's Club building so it can be used as a career academy. In Crookston, the school district wants voters to renew an operating levy that would result in a tax decrease. They're also being asked to approve a new building bond for construction of a bus garage. The DGF School District is asking voters to approve a more than $40 million bond project. The district says the money would help with safety and security, create a 21st century learning environment, and help with student-teacher ratios.
Voters in Barnesville are deciding who they want as new mayor, city council members, and school board members. Votes can be cast at the Senior Citizens Center. That's located on 2nd Avenue. Polls will close in about an hour.
The mayor of Ada is stepping down. A city official says that Todd Sawyer is leaving because of health issues, adding that he wanted to focus on family and business. The vice mayor will be stepping in as interim mayor until a special election is held in November 2020. Sawyer's term didn't expire until the end of 2022.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, what's making travel on the highways and rural roads more dangerous this time of year?
And this evening's planner shows things will stay cool for us and a bit breezy. Temperatures falling into the mid-20s by that 1 a.m. hour with the southwest wind at, we'll say 5 to 10 miles per hour in Fargo. And then we'll be a little chillier there down to the low 20s in Grand Forks by that 1 a.m. hour. Now we'll talk about even more cold air and the chance of some weekend snow coming up here in a couple minutes.